Hey, boy, what's been happening?
Oh, not a great deal. Bloody little bit of drama with mum ringing me the other night. She was a bit crook and she was worried. Well, she knows if I go over there and she's that worried, I'm going to call an ambulance. So she obviously wanted me to call an ambulance. Otherwise, she wouldn't have rang me. She would have rang Arnie or someone like that.
Oh, yeah.
And so I had the discussion, called the ambulance. The ambulance turned up and checked her out and said, yeah, you should go in to hospital. And so she started panicking about this and panicking about that. It's all right, Mum, I'll sort the house out. Just go and I'll catch up on, I'll lock up, I'll put the dog out, I'll do all this shit. Anyway, off they went, and I went in there and I bloody cleaned up a couple of dishes, and all of a sudden, down in the fucking end bedroom, I hear fucking boom, boom, like someone fucking bashing on the wall.
Oh,
fuck me.
I just got chills then, because that's my old bedroom.
Yeah, I know. I fucking went in there, had a look, nothing there, and I fucking looked in Mum's room, looked in the bathroom. What the fuck? And I went back and I was doing something else and I heard fucking boom again. I said, fuck this. Turned everything off and fucking left and just went to the hospital. I'm not staying in that house by myself. That's always been a cunt of a house.
When you lived there, was it you come out of the army or fucking before you went to the army? Or
yeah, before I went.
You used to hear that tapping on your window?
No, that was the girls fucking trying to get in.
Oh.
No, the first thing I remember that house, like the cat used to freak us out. Remember the cat used to fucking sit underneath the TV and it'd fucking sit up and it'd fucking watch someone walk in the lounge room and he'd follow it. Then the cat would settle down again and he'd fucking look behind you going, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, that house has always been fucking weird. And that cat, and even the dog Toga, when we still had Toga, was still alive. I was home by myself. Mum was out one night, and my chair used to face the back of the door, like where you come in the lounge room from the kitchen. And I'd be sitting in that chair often by myself, and it'd feel like someone leaned on the back of it because your head would go forward. There's a big soft back on it. Yeah. And you'd go like that, and then I'd go. There's never nothing there. But one night the cat was laying in front of the fire, and it fucking went off. It jumped up, hair on its back, staring right behind me after my head went forward. So I've looked behind me, looked at the cat, and it's freaked up. Fuck you. So I grabbed it, threw the cat outside, and I let Toga in. And because she's not allowed inside, she came in running around, carrying on. She got the lounge room, she stopped and just started staring at the chair. It was me, the cat, and the dog sitting on the front step.
Well, even Mum's dog now, you fucking let it in, and it sits in the kitchen with you while you're having a cup of talking to Mum, and all it does is stare up the fucking hallway. Just sits there staring up the hallway. But yeah, the first thing I remember about that house, the first thing I noticed something was funny was I was laying in bed and I heard someone walk down to the lounge room, and fucking sit in the lounge chair, and you hear the lounge chair go fucking squeak, and I thought, oh, who's up? And about 10 minutes later, I heard someone walk down into the fucking lounge room and sit in the chair again. And I went, what the fuck? And then the third time I heard it, I thought, we haven't got a fucking squeaky lounge chair. And I heard that a couple of times, and then one night Mum says, were any of you boys up last night? We both said, no. She goes, oh, I keep on hearing someone walking down the hallway.
I remember one night, the Venetian blinds rattling. Me and Mum were home.
Oh, yeah.
And she had those little Venetian blinds. And we went to bed. It was pretty late, about, I don't know, 10 o'clock on a school night. Went to bed and I laid in bed, turned the light off, and as soon as I turned the light off, I heard fucking bang, bang, bang rattling. So Mum said, who's left the window open? So I got up, checked all the windows, they were all shut. Went back to bed, turned the light off. As soon as I turned the light off, fucking bang, bang, rattling really loud. So I got up, checked all the windows again, checked the back door, checked everything, make sure there was no wind. It wasn't a windy night, but just checked everything. Went back to bed, turned the light off, fucking bang, bang again. So I got up, walked around, I stood in the hallway for probably half an hour listening to see where it's coming from. Nothing happened. Went back to bed, turned the light off, and rattled again. And then I listened to it, and I thought, it's not the same blinds. This is the old big blinds rattling, like, just a difference here. So I got up, I stood in the hallway for an hour, listening. Fucking Mum's still awake talking to me. I said, I can't hear it, it's not doing it. I went back to bed, I read, a new idea or some fucking thing. But about 20 minutes, turned the light off, soon as the light off, started again. And I said to Mum, fuck it, we die. I said, I'm not getting up again. Went to sleep. So.
Yeah. One of the ones that got me was, before I joined the army, I was going out with Sue. And you and Mum had gone somewhere for the weekend, so I had Sue around there. And I think it was either John or Peter was around. We're all sitting there just watching telly. And Sue gets up and goes to the toilet. Anyway, she comes back from the fucking toilet, fucking all worried, and looked at her and she goes, I was in the toilet and someone said, who are you? I said, who? She goes, I don't know. I said, was it a male or female? She goes, I don't know. It was just a voice that asked who I was. And I looked at, I think it might have been Peter, I don't know. And I think we ended up having a look around the backyard because maybe there was someone out in the backyard or something. Didn't really worry about it that much. Then I joined the army, and it would have been at least, 6-7 years later. And I brought Janet home from Sydney. We're in there, and for some reason there's no one else home, and me and Janet were sitting there, and she went to the toilet, she come back fucking white as a ghost. She said, what's wrong with you? She goes, someone just asked me who I was when I was in the toilet, and I fucking went, oh no. She goes, what? And I go, oh fuck, you're not going to believe this.
Good hell.
I told the missus, and she goes, well, no one's ever asked me who I was. And I said, well, they wouldn't be fucking game, would they?
Fuck off, mind your own business.
Yeah, I said, well, fuck, how do you explain that one? But, talking to Mum, both Kim's girls have seen something there. One of Mum's friends' boys has seen something there. John's seen
I remember.
Yeah. And
They're telling me about that boy, freaked him right out.
Yeah, he wouldn't stay in the land room by himself.
Yeah,
and I think it was Casey was staying there, and Mum went to bed and Casey was watching TV. And Casey walked in the room, Mum said, you all right? She goes, oh, I just don't like the lady in the kitchen. And apparently Chelsea saw something. John saw what Mum presumes was her grandmother standing in the kitchen. The description matched the photo perfectly when she ended up getting the photo a couple of years later. And
John never believed in any of that stuff.
Yeah,
when he moved there, he said you're all queer, there's something wrong with you. And then after fucking 12 months, he was a believer, so there's obviously something.
Especially when you see someone standing in the bloody kitchen.
Believe it now, cock.
But yeah, there's something going on in that house.
I've sort of tried to put all that shit out of my head, and I try and think of it more logical now, and I look back and think, there's got to be explanations for that. There's something must have happened. But then when I think about stuff that happened, I thought, fucking hell, there's no explanation for that. I mean, Mum was going out with Frank, and they went out one night, and she said to me before she went, make sure you have a shower before you go to bed. I said, yeah, righto. Anyway, I was laying on the lounge room floor watching telly. They come back home. I was asleep on the lounge room floor, which I never did. If I was tired of going to sleep, I'd go to bed. I opened the door and they could hear running water, and they went down to the bathroom and the shower was turned on. And hot water was still hot. Remember, the hot water system there wasn't that good, so it had only just come on. And Mum said, what did you turn the hot water on and then go back to sleep for? Well, fuck, you just woke up when you walked in the door. Anyway, I thought about that later. I thought maybe subconsciously I heard the car pull up, thought, fuck, I was supposed to have a shower, and ran down, turned the shower on, and then went back to the lounge and went to sleep. I'm trying to explain it to myself, but I'm fucking blind. But I try to do that. I try to think about things logically and think, it can't be true, there can't be spirits, can't be ghosts. But then when I think of that house, I think, you can't explain a lot of the shit that happened, especially the feeling of that chair. Like, that was physical. I mean, your head goes forward, and someone leaned on the back of the chair, but no one's there. And the cat and the dog doing what they did. Yeah.
And Mum's dog now, the fucking thing's blind too, which is even more weird. Not totally blind.
Maybe doesn't know what it's looking at.
It always
Probably
looks up the
thinks it's a
hallway.
bone.
Just fucking stares up the hallway.
Yeah.
We've actually had a couple of dramas in this house. Nothing major. But the one that cracked me up was when we had the lounge room set up differently, so the TV was on the end, and you were sitting up at this end of the house. So when I was sitting there in the lounge watching telly, I could see up the hallway. And every now and then I'd see something up the end of the hallway, like a shadow going past, or just something that catch my eye. Yeah, when you look, there's nothing there. And I thought, I actually got to the stage where I was going, fuck, this is really weird, because it was so consistent. Like I thought, well, maybe cars going past and the light shining off the Venetians and all that sort of stuff. And so I ended up setting up the bloody video camera on the motion sensor on the video on the computer, and had that set up overnight in the hallway. And I thought, this will be fucking interesting. And the only thing scary about it was the only footage I got was me fucking stumbling to the toilet in the middle of the night with my underpants scratching me nuts, going to have a piss. And that was scary enough, but it wasn't supernatural. But I thought, it could be anything. But Tracy's brother, who often has his grandfather visiting him in the middle of the night, he reckons his grandfather sits on the end of the bed and has a bit of a yak with him every now and then. I mentioned it to him. I said, I've got a feeling there's something down the end of the hallway. He looked at me, he says, it's fucking Pitt Street Station down into your hallway. Oh, fucking great. But
who's down there? Everyone.
I don't know. I've no idea. The only thing I think I told you that freaked me out when Ellie's best friend committed suicide only last year. We told Ellie, and Ellie was surprisingly unaffected by it. She didn't seem, she seemed upset, but I was expecting more of a reaction. I think she was in shock or something. And I was actually quite taken aback at how little she reacted to it. The next day, I was in the toilet and sitting there playing my fucking iPad, having a crap, and all of a sudden I heard this bloody girl sobbing loud, like uncontrollably sobbing, just bawling, like a real sob. I thought, it's finally hit her, so I fucking finished up real quick, went out, went in the lounge room, and here's Trace watching TV. I looked around, couldn't see my daughter anywhere. I said, where's Ellie? And Trace is in a room, I think. I said, I heard her crying. He goes, no. I went in and checked, she's asleep. I said, was there any crying on TV? She goes, no. I said, I could hear a girl sobbing when I was on the toilet coming from out here. That's freaky. That got me a bit.
We've had a bit happen here. I see shadows all the time through that doorway. But I was laying down here watching telly one night, and I seen one walk straight across in front of the TV, like just full on shadow. And I looked twice and went, "Is that fucking?" I'm looking out in the kitchen to see if Deb was there or moving around. She was in the other room watching telly. I thought, "Fuck, that was weird." But the lady next door, years ago, she came over to ring the doorbell to tell the lady that lived here that the horse they backed had won or something. She rang the doorbell and then had a massive heart attack and dropped dead on the front step. And Deb's heard the doorbell ring heaps of times when I'm away. The doorbell rings and she gets up and comes running out and there's no one there. So
Jesus.
That's pretty weird. But the doorbell's never rung when I've been
here. Yeah.
So I don't know if Deb might be going mad.
Well, I have solved a couple of mysteries over the years. I think I've told you, but it's good for the video. When I had the old setup in the lounge room, I had a bar set up, and I had the bar fridge with a display stand on top of it with all those little bottles of spirits you get, what you used to get on aeroplanes. Had a display of them. Anyway, one day, Trace says to me, she was there dusting, she goes, "Do you turn this bottle of Jack Daniels around?" I went, "No." She goes, "Every time I dust it, it's facing the opposite way." I said, "Fuck off." And she goes, "Yeah." And I went, "That's weird." So I think I got a bit of chalk and I drew around it and I marked it with a line on the bottle in the shelf. Anyway, the next day I went out there and the fucking thing was a quarter way around. And I went, okay. Anyway, by day 2, it turned around, and that's where it sat. And I thought, that's fucking weird. And I checked it a couple of times, and it kept on doing it constantly. I thought, that's weird. But I don't know, it would have been about a week later. I'm laying in bed, and I'm thinking about it, and I heard the fucking fridge shut down, the compressor shut off. And I heard I just had some beers, and I heard the bottles rattle. And I went, fucking hang on. So I get up there, straighten the bottle up, grab the fridge, give it a bit of a shake, and because it's one of those little bottles, it was imperfect. And when I was shaking it, the bottle slowly turned around because it was out of balance.
It was probably the ghost going, oh, look at this dickhead, thinks his fridge turned the bottle around. I'll show him.
Another freaky thing about Mum's place is I got home one day after being out. I walked in the kitchen, and here's Mum standing on a stool with the fucking hairdryer, I think it was, or the fan, holding it up. I said, what the fucking hell are you doing? And she had a collection of foam meat trays that you got from Woolies when she's a teacher's assistant.
Yeah, they were laid out in footsteps around to the back of my fucking chair where they used to lean on it.
Yeah, up down the hallway. She goes, this is how I found them, like footprints down the hallway into the lounge room.
Yeah, behind my chair.
Yeah. I said, there's fucking no one in years the wind blew them up there.
No. She ran out to answer the phone and jumped over him, and then she turned around and looked back and went,
dropped the phone.
The fuck? Yeah. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
No, it has been a freaky house, that, and I don't sort of feel anything. There was never anything bad there. I never felt in danger or nothing like that, but it'd be interesting to know who the fuck it was.
Yeah, some nights I could walk into that house and not turn a light on and go straight to my room, and some nights I'd open the front door and reach in and fucking look for the bloody light switch.
Turn every light on. And then leave them all on when you went to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some freaky shit out there.
Oh, yeah.
So if one of our 7 viewers fucking watches this and they got any stories, they should let us know.
Yeah, someone's got to have, and yeah, I prefer first-hand stories too. Like
apparently.
Yeah, or a friend of a friend, or all that sort of stuff.
Hey, I'm fucking staying here by myself tonight too. Like, fuck, what do I think of that?
No, you'll be right. You got a couple of dogs, mate.
Yeah, that'd be great, Al. They'd say something and fuck off.